Hi guys, welcome to Wayne Goodman Photography. I am Wayne and I am based in Manchester in England. And many moons ago I created a channel on YouTube and it wasn't too bad in terms of its views, but honestly I look back at some of my content and I think, how did any of you ever watch it? Now first of all, back then I was a Sony shooter. It was around the time of the A7R II. It had just been launched. I actually got the first one in the UK pretty much. And it was one of these scenarios that the camera was what the channel was all about, but I hated that camera. It was an A7R II, the battery lasted 3 seconds, image quality was good, don't get me wrong, but I just never gelled with it, and I tried to. And the reason for me starting this channel again is more as now like a community scenario, where we're all going to be stuck in our houses. We are all in this same boat together, and it's about time, it's a good time, should I say, that we all sort of club together, we act positively, because there's a lot of negativity out there at the minute. People are getting ill, people are making things up all the time on the news. There's so much fake news about right now. Governments are doing enough in some cases and not enough in other cases, but we just have to put all that to the back of our minds, and we have to start thinking, well, what are we going to do with ourselves, So, alright, we can all go straight to macro photography in our houses and things like that, but there's nothing better, actually, really, than stepping back for a minute, weighing up where am I at with photography, what am I doing with it, and we will come out of this, so where am I going to go with it in the future, and when I can go out of the house, what am I going to do, what am I going to, how am I going to carry on shooting the same that I have been, was I a bit bored? I think it's really good time for us all to sort of look back and reset a little bit. We have this opportunity here, which is a sad reason for an opportunity, but you have to stay positive in times like this. So we have this opportunity right now to look back at our photography. Are we happy with our style? Are we happy with what we're shooting? Are we happy with the types of locations that we're shooting at? Are we happy with our equipment? Do we know how to use it? If we don't know how to use it, now is the perfect time to sort of learn how to use it. For example, I now use an Olympus, and for most things the menus are fine, but there's certain things, like I tried doing some focus stacking the other day. It's dreadful, like so badly thought out, but I've got time now, so I can look into it. I don't have to be sort of rushed or feel like I'm going to be rushed and therefore not make a good job of it. So I think as a result of this, we can club together and we can share our hobby, and you can all comment below on my, it is a shame that we don't have like a two-way scenario. Maybe I can start doing live videos when things get more popular. But I think right now we have this opportunity to sort of comment, learn, try things out, and we can make a real go of it. Now, the reason the things that I also want to talk about are going to be things like cameras and brands and things like that, and how the equipment really isn't that important. And I'll tell you now, just to give you a rough history for anybody who's never watched the channel or has completely forgotten about my channel. I started off with the channel, like I say, with Sony, but I have had every single camera type and brand that you can pretty much imagine, apart from say like Hasselblad or maybe like a medium format Fuji, something like that. But I have had Fujis, I've had most of the Sonys. I think I ended up with, over time, 4 Sony A9s, because I'd buy one and then I didn't like the using the camera, but the features were great, and then I just didn't like using it enough. And that's another thing that I'm going to talk about at some point, is it's not about megapixels, and it's not about dynamic range, and it's not about things like that. They help, and in certain use cases they are essential, and I get that. But there's people creating massive banners from 12 megapixel phones and things. So a lot of YouTube for me, and there are some incredible YouTubers out there and some incredible learned people that we can all learn things from, but there's also an awful lot of clickbait, and I am the person that's wasted a gazillion pounds over the past few years only to find that, yeah, that was probably not true, or it was exaggerated and things like that. And the marketing machine that YouTube is so powerful. You know, I mean, people don't realize quite how powerful YouTube is, but how many times have you watched something and you've ended up buying something because of a YouTube video, but you didn't take a blind bit of notice of the advert that you walked past on the subway or something like that. So this is, for me, what my channel is about. I want to be realistic. We're not going to have any advertising and things like that. It's just going to be you and me. A nice community hopefully builds up and we can all chat about things. And I don't think that's a bad thing right now for mental health, you know, conversations and things like that. You know, you're always welcome to email me as well. And we can just talk through all sorts of things together in regards to photography and enjoy this hobby that we have. So I have a number of ideas of things that I'm going to write down, of things that I've got written down, which I'm going to go through slowly over different videos. All sorts of things. Some of those I've just discussed now, and plenty of other things besides. I mean, things like, you know, should you turn a hobby into work? You know, should you make it a job? Should you try and earn money from photography and things like that? I have plenty of views on all these different things, but at the same time, because we're making it a community aspect, what I think you should do, if you don't mind, is leave me a comment down below, ask me some questions, and start to think, well, hang on, right, what does Wayne think of this, or can we talk about this, Wayne, you know, that sort of thing, and we can start to work our ideas out, and I can go through questions. I'd love to answer your questions with my own thoughts, and I'm not for 1 second saying that my thoughts are how everything should be, but we all have our own opinions and our own ideas on things and our own ideologies, and there's no harm in having debates and understanding, you know, what each other's thinking. So make sure you leave a comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel please, because then you'll obviously be aware by hitting the bell icon as well that any new videos are coming out, and please just, you know, just smash that like button if you want. Did I really just say smash that like button? That's how much you do. Hit the like button if you like the video. Thanks, I'll see you again soon.